And we are live! Hello everyone! I've never sounded more like a radio host than I did just now. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining this Jurassic World Evolution 3 hype stream. What the heck does that mean? Well, I'ma tell you. Normally, what we will be doing on a Saturday stream is work on building an awesome park in Jurassic World Evolution 2. That's what I've been doing every single Saturday for years now, and it's what we'll be doing again next Saturday. But today, we're just gonna talk about Jurassic World Evolution 3. We're gonna share our excitement, our opinions, our wishes, maybe even our concerns. This is a safe space. At least, I want this to be a safe space. So please just listen to what the moderators tell you, stick to the chat rules, and just be a normal person in chat. Okay. I understand if people are disappointed that I'm not building something in Jurassic World Evolution 2 right now, as I said, as I've been doing every single freaking Saturday. And I did consider just building while we talked, but it's so busy, and I figured it would be busy, and chat just deserves my undivided attention. So I hope you agree with that. I'm gonna do my best to focus on chat, keep up with the conversation, and if I was building in the meantime, I would just be so distracted. So yeah, you guys have my undivided attention today. I want to thank the moderators for being here, because again, it's very busy. I see Sammy L, I saw Fletcher, I saw Colt, I bet Guillermo is secretly lurking as always. Let's see who else we have. That might be the crew of the day. Again, I just want to ask everyone to respect the moderators, respect other people in chat, and respect the rules, and then we're gonna make chat a better place in the world. I should be doing a like check. Yes, I should be. I see we have 300 likes, so I'm gonna bring in the Chuckle Professor, and he's gonna do what he does best, which is, well, chuckle. There you go. I won't play it 3 times, but yeah, for every 100 likes, you get to hear Ian Malcolm chuckle, and who doesn't love that? I do. Some other folks here. I see the Green Name Army, Ryan of Chaos, Wraith Guron, Anja Ren, Sheriff Thijs Berensen, the Dancing Dilo. By the way, I won't shout out too many names at the start of the stream, because we wanna get to it. We wanna just get to the hype. We wanna start talking. But some other folks, Monataya, I Likes Dinosaurs, another Nico, Dunkleostius Dude, 67. I'm missing super chats in the meantime. I am derelict in my duties. She said duties. Sorry. Oh, that's the kind of adult person you're dealing with. Let me find your super chats. And, oh wow, I missed a ton. Dr. Terminator. I remember your name from... It's been a while. I remember your name, because I remember struggling with your name before. Kinda bummed I got to rebuy Thanatos and Conka. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about all sorts of stuff. But thank you for the super chat. And welcome. I see 3 hug-worthy super chats, the first of which from Axel Place. I bear the battle scars of attempting to bathe the kitten, but I'm here and more hyped than ever. Heck yeah. Won't ever have to ask for babies ever again. Our battle is over, and we won. We won! Thank you so much, Axel Place. Also, bravely done on the kitten. We also have Justin Fountain doing a super chat. Hey, Eva, excited for Jurassic World Evolution 3. Do you think the Chaos Theory and Rebirth species are at launch or post-launch? We can talk about that as well at some point. I'm gonna be doing a separate video about that whole topic. Like, about which dinosaurs I think are safe, which dinosaurs I think are on the chopping block. So if you're curious about my take on that, and of course all of the news for Jurassic World Evolution 3 and anything with regards to that and park building, do please consider subscribing to the channel. There you go, I ticked that off the list. I'm so sorry. But Justin, thank you. And another super chat, as always, from Legacy Chrissy 1993. I'm excited for this game and the babies. Heck yeah! I'm doing way too many hugs and clips for super chats, folks. Come on now. Weird Gal for... No, sorry. I'm so sorry. I just misgendered you. Weird guy for reals. What do you know about the maintenance crew in Jurassic World Evolution 3? Well, I mean, what I mentioned yesterday. We're gonna... I want to answer as many questions as possible, but I also want to make sure that I get back to the regular chat and don't spend too much time on the super chats. I appreciate it though, weird guy.
Yahoo!
NJM2001, so excited for Jurassic World Evolution 3, baby dinosaurs at last. We have Herald of Geese. Something I really want to make in Jurassic World Evolution 3 is like a Japanese kaiju-inspired park. That actually sounds pretty cool. Like your modded park, but my own interpretation. Heck yeah, you can do that by October. And one more super chat, Tylosaurus Swift. I really like that name. How you doing? And could you wish me a happy birthday? It's next Thursday. Oh my god, happy early birthday. I hope you're gonna have a great day Thursday. It's not quite right that you're giving me a super chat, but I appreciate it. On your random member for 26 months, I think it would be pretty funny if my beloved tadpoles spawned in the deep water instead of laying eggs. Yeah, the Deinonychus. Oh, bless him. Bless him. Alright, I'm gonna hop on back to live chat here, folks. Alright, so the first poll, I think we're gonna wrap that up. I think people are pretty pleased with that trailer. I'm actually gonna be running several polls throughout this video just to, you know, get some numbers in. But yeah, 82% have given it a 5-star rating. I think it's a really well done trailer. I mean, you know, there's stuff we still don't know, but it's early. It's early. They haven't given away everything quite yet. I'm gonna start a new poll and get your guys' opinions on that. Okay, so the next question is gonna be, what's your favorite new feature so far? And of course we have babies. We have... What am I gonna do? We're gonna do the modular building. I have only 4 options. It is a bit limited. We're just gonna have to make do. What did I just say? Babies, modular building. Let's say terrain editing is a good one. And let's say the non-linear campaign. I feel like it's fair to say that those are like 4 big ones. Hold on, we're gonna do babies / breeding. But not like breeding babies. You know what I mean. You guys know. You get me. Alright, so we're gonna start that. And I guess that's a question you can answer in chat as well. You know, you don't have to limit yourself to the poll. We can freeform it. We're flexible. What's everyone's favorite feature that they've shown off so far? And I do want to highlight that, you know, we've only seen the announcement trailer so far, right? So, and there's 4-ish months left. Well over 4 months left for them to be adding stuff. It's gonna be amazing. Let's see. Geedox is very excited for the non-linear campaign. Yeah, I think that's I think it's an underrated thing. I think the babies are overshadowing everything, and you know, fair. Fair. But there's so much good stuff, and yeah, I really like the non-linear campaign. Super Joanne asks, what's a non-linear campaign? A non-linear campaign means that what we had in Jurassic World Evolution 1, I don't know if you played Jurassic World Evolution 1, but instead of going from one mission to the next, to the next, to the next, and you can't go back, we will be able to go back. So, you know, you're doing your missions on location A, and congratulations, you completed your mission. You go to location B. You can still go back to location A if you want to do that. Which I think is excellent. Hey, Herald of Geese just became a paleontologist. I have a beautiful clip to show you. Look at it. Look, frankly, that's art. Sepia Viva, sexual dimorphism is also a really cool feature. It is a really cool feature. I guess, if you so desire, I should have put that. I should have put babies breeding sexual dimorphism, but let's pretend I did. Let's pretend I didn't fill myself and every single person here, which is over 1,000 people, by the way. Hello, thank you, welcome. Speaking of derelict in my duties, we're almost at 600 likes. I'm just gonna make Ian chuckle a couple of times here. I feel like you deserve that. It's gonna be very silly, but it is what it is. Alan is not amused, by the way. Alan, no. And yeah, we're just gonna do it again. Because why not? Hey, come on now, it's Jurassic World Evolution 3. I had to make him chuckle 3 times in a row. Kids, what's your opinion on Jurassic World? That feels a little off topic for today. Normally I'd be all about it. But I think I have to try and stay on topic. I appreciate the super chat. Yahoo! Alright, Total Drama has voted on the terrain. Maybe I can actually make good builds now. I will say, as excited as I am for everything, terrain is my biggest yippee moment. I don't know how many of you people saw like my video from yesterday with my reaction, but I think it's pretty funny that the terrain probably got the biggest reaction out of me. And you know what? Accurate. I'm very, very excited about making cliffs. My priorities are 100% in order. Oh my god, it's going so fast. I want to ask the moderators, is this at 30 seconds? If it is, can we set it to 1 minute? My moderators are way faster doing that than I am. Herald of Geese says, terrain is a massive improvement. Heck yeah. Lee says, I screamed when I saw the terrain. Don't worry, Evo. Oh, it is at 1 minute. Holy heck, it's so busy, guys. See, this is what I mean. This is why I'm not building in the meantime. It's way too busy. I'm already missing so much of you guys. I'm so sorry, by the way. I'm really doing my best. She says as she rambles. Torian, counting this in my vote for terrain, the deep water. Yes, 100%. That is indeed part of the terrain tool, I would say. And it's excellent. To be honest, that's probably the one feature where I was like, oh my god, they did it. Everything else was like, I sort of felt like, yeah, okay. But even as I did my, I did a speculation video on swimming dinosaurs, like literally last week. And I got so many comments from people saying, nah, Evo, no, stop huffing the copium, that I actually started doubting myself. So yeah, when the deep water showed up, I was like, god dang it. Holy heck, what's happening? I see a lot of colors appear again. James, what the actual heck, man? That is an incredible super chat, as per usual. I don't know what to say, but I do have this amazing clip for you. By the way, to the uninitiated, I don't hear the clips myself, so I just sit here in silence. That's a little uncomfortable behind the scenes that you didn't need. I ruined the illusion, didn't I? Hold on, I'm missing so much, guys. This is crazy. Avery Cheek says, do you think they will have D-Rex/other mutants from Jurassic World Rebirth in the game? And if so, do you think they will have babies? You know what? Sure. Let's start talking about that as our first talking point. So yeah, we're gonna be chatting about that. Let me first give you a hug. Oh, I just messed something up. Hold on 1 second. There you go. Fix it. Because I'm a professional streamer. Yeah, so about Rebirth. Let's start with just very general Rebirth content overall. What do you guys think? Is it in the base game or what? What's your take on it? In the meantime, Isaac Clark, possibly off topic, do you think Jurassic World Evolution 3 is a successor to J-Pog? I mean, not really, but they're definitely taking some inspiration with the balloon tour. I mean, it's pretty obvious there that they did a little cheeky copy my homework, but just make it look a little different so it's not obvious. Sable King, also a super chat. What the heck, you guys are way too generous. I can't even keep up with the super chats, much less regular chats. Sable King says, so with Megalodon being soft confirmed by a statue, how are we feeling about the likelihoods of getting new Cenozoics? That's a topic we're going to get into later. I did forget to add it to my list, so I will add it. I have a list. You know why? Because I'm a professional. We will talk about that a little bit later, but I want to stay on the rebirth content for now and take it one step at a time. We have Numidiary by Shady Hollow Farm. I will never not stumble on your name. I do apologize, but thank you so much. And also, yellow and orange super chats are the best, because this is what happens. I am oddly excited that I'm fairly certain there were people in chat today who just saw that for the first time, and I'm just happy for you. That's sarcasm. Numidiary says, best part of OG was the jumping between islands. Oh, heck yeah. Talking about the Jurassic World Evolution 1 campaign. Transferring dinosaurs and sharing research/resource capabilities on specific locations where you strategically fund your campaigns and advance your genetics/genomes. Discuss. Is that part of my list? It is not. I will add it to the list, but I don't know if we'll get to it. Like the comparison between Jurassic World Evolution 1, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Jurassic World Evolution 3. I've added it to the list, but it do be a lengthy list. You know, it's the kind of list that brags about its length. We have you really screwed me over with how you spelled that, huh? With the emphasis on one particular part of your name, but cockroach. Would love for them to add impronounceable name and Prenasuchus. Honestly, just more Permian species would be amazing. I agree 100% with that. I really hope that they're gonna add species from like a bigger time period. I probably could have phrased that in a more intelligent way. Having just said that, no, probably not. Knowing me, no, probably not. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Axel plays another super chat. Holy heck. Please, I'm struggling so much, guys. With the introduction of the best boy in the deluxe, Rip Proceratosaurus Bradley? Gone but not forgotten? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. In terms of it being gone, not forgotten. Alright, so in terms of rebirth, I missed a super chat apparently. It's because it's too much. It's too much. Hold on, let's see. Yes, I missed a super chat from Charizard King. I wonder how baby Indoms would interact with each other. I'm assuming Indominus Rex will not have babies. I wonder how the hominocephaly baby will look. Oh god. They're a pod hunter. Yahoo! Oh my god, guys, it's way too many super chats. I Leviathan, thank you so much. This is the best one. They literally made the exact game I wanted. If we get Argentinosaurus, this game will be perfect. Also, everything. I love everything about the game so far. I'm certainly more excited about this game than I am for the movie. Honestly, fair. Oh my god, it's way too many super chats, guys. Come on now. Please, please, I can't keep up. Tristan YouTube Art, thank you. We're gonna get the dancing dialogue. Most likely, they won't show off Rebirth content so early because of how Rebirth is not out yet, but given that Rebirth will be out before Jurassic World Evolution 3. Yes, it will be. It'll be there. That was my thought as well, Tristan. The fact that, you know, the game's coming out after the movie, so there's no excuse not to have Rebirth content in the game. However, I'm gonna pull up Exhibit A, I guess. Let's see, hold on. I'm a professional, I can do this. Yes, I am a professional, allegedly. And then I'm gonna pull up... Yeah, which one am I gonna pull up? This one? Oh, I nailed it, first time. Alright, there you go. Oh, what I could have also done. I'm a boob. Hold on. I could have just done that. I am a boob. I'm literally on the website. Why did I pull up a screenshot of the website while I'm on the website? Every millennial in the world was proud of me. Just let's see. Where is it? I'm completely reading past it, aren't I? A platform, dinosaurs. Ah, here you go. I did read past it. Can I please zoom it? There you go. Sexy. There you go. Alright, so about, like, rebirth content in the game. So, I agree 100% with Tristan YouTube Arts initially. I really thought, yeah, rebirth content is just gonna be in the base game. Because the movie comes out before the game, there's no reason not to include it. However, what they say on the site, it has a literal question. Does the game link into the new film Jurassic World Rebirth? And what they say is that it takes place after Jurassic World Dominion. So, my amended theory is that Jurassic World Rebirth content will not be part of the base game, and instead will be a DLC down the line. I could be wrong. They could just be hiding it for obvious reasons, because at the moment, the movie isn't out yet. But my spider sense is tingling. That's my take on it. In the meantime, guys, it's way too many super chats. Please, it's way too many. Minus R. Oh, is that gonna work? It does work. Great. James Crow Francesco. As always, James, you are incredibly generous. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure I just flubbed on the word generous, but you know what I mean. Colony of Ants. Is there also modular scenery, like small grass patches we can place down similar to Planet Zoo, or is it just modular building? I'm gonna first make the Dilo dance for you, because that's what we're here for, right? Yeah, that's what we're here for. Modular building is pretty extensive, so I would err on the side of you're gonna be seeing scenery, building items, and all that sort of stuff. But we're gonna have to wait until we actually see more to confirm all of that. In the meantime, I'm harding. Minus R, super excited for sexual dimorphism. Honestly, that was also a part that really surprised me. I didn't think they would do that. They could have literally just been like, we're just gonna give you male, female, and they're gonna look the same, but you know what, have fun with the skin patterns in making them look like they're, you know, different sexes. No, they're giving us sexual dimorphism, which I feels really, really good of them. I'm just gonna call you Roach. Is that okay? I'm gonna call you Roach from now on, because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. Inostansavia. Look, it's not so much not knowing what it is, it's not knowing how to pronounce it. That's my issue. Yahoo! And the Sorcerer says, won't be able to watch the whole stream because I'm going on vacation. Heck yeah, have a good vacation, Sorcerer. I Leviathan, you have a new puppy. A tricolored Aussie. Aw, he's named Rook. This hug is for Rook. Alright, I'm gonna get back into regular chat here, because holy heck, that was way too much, guys. Let's tone it down, let's tone it down. But yeah, anyway, that's my take on the Rebirth content. Obviously, this is based on just this little bit of text, but I feel like okay. This is just me, but if I had been writing this, I would have at least hinted. Yeah, I probably would have hinted that there would be Rebirth content without giving away specifics. But, you know, we know Frontier likes to play things close to the chest, so maybe it's all just a big diversion. It's an illusion. That's very possible. But at the moment, if you ask me, I would say be prepared for a Rebirth expansion pack. That's my bet. A Rebirth expansion pack some point down the line. That's gonna be my bet for now. Let me go back to the living room. Heck yeah, that's sexy. Alright, and in the meantime, the poll has been going wild. Unsurprisingly, babies/breeding did win the poll, and next we have terrain editing, which fair. I totally get it. Like, this, yeah, I get it. I get this poll result. If I had to rank them, I'd probably rank them just like that. Well, terrain editing really does have my heart. It really does. Alright, so we talked about the rebirth stuff. Oh, my mouse is crapping out on me. One second. One second. He's fine. He's fine. He's just a little shy. He's fine. He's cool. He's 100% not fine. He's having a moment. Alright, for some reason I can't no longer access my Word document. That's fine. I can still close it like that. Okay. Yeah, my cursor will not go into the Word document. Hold on. Technical difficulties. They haunt me! Alright, yeah. So we talked about the rebirth link. You know what? Oh yeah. We're gonna move over to the Cenozoic debate. Because that feels like a really good poll. Do you think they will add... Let's say new Cenozoics. You know, so not Megalodon, not haha, the humans and the goats are Cenozoics, and oh, the hybrids are Cenozoics. New Cenozoics. Yes. Hold on. Yes. Base game as like a surprise. Yes, but in DLC? Or no, not coming. There. And again, yeah, what do you guys think about that? So that was my... I really thought, like, I was high on my own copium. I thought the trailer would end with, like, a mammoth. Or a Smilodon. But Frontier was like, we've already given you so much. So that was a big surprise to me, actually, in a weird way. What do you guys think on that? Oh my god, Foxtrot! That is an incredible super chat. Hold on. Let me get rid of my freaking Word document that's glitching out on me. There you go. Poop is gone. Hey, thank you so much. That's awesome. In the meantime, comments are just flying past. The struggle is real. Foxtrot says, I don't usually agree with Triclaw Gaming. Oh my god, Fletcher, you're getting a shout out. But I don't know why I screamed that. I'm so sorry. But Jurassic World Evolution 2 had roster bloat. A lot of the community... Oh god, hold on. A lot of the community was complaining about that. I have a handful of species I don't want cut, but we don't need 4 different Chinese Stegosaurs or Titanosaurs. Yeah, I personally agree that starting with 122 species would have been way overboard. Because, you know, once you start adding DLC, that gets crazy. On the flip side, I do understand the disappointment and the concern. I think what I mostly understand about it is that right now we don't know which species will get cut, so the fear is, what if my, you know, top 5 favorite species all get cut? You know, that I understand would really, really, really suck, and those odds are there. So I agree with that part of it, but yeah, I think that Frontier, you know, decided to cut some species so they could work on other aspects of the game, improving, you know, the park building, the terrain editing, modular building, stuff like that. And I feel like that was the right thing to focus on. I'm missing so much, guys. I'm so sorry. This is insane. Let's see, what else did I miss? I missed so much. I'm so sorry. Iron Leviathan. No, hold on. I did get Iron Leviathan. We have Xenoraptor. I'm excited that we are getting a proper campaign back. The second game was more of a tutorial than a story. Yeah, I'm really curious how long the campaign is actually gonna be. Because we only have 3 game modes this time around. Hold on, let me switch back to... Did I? Yes, I did. Hello? Oh, find out more. Wait, where is everything? God dang it. Alright, I don't know. Hold on, maybe like this. Yeah, here you go. It was at the top earlier. I don't know why it's no longer at the top. So we have campaign, sandbox, and challenge mode. Note that something like chaos theory is missing. So I think all of the, like, you know, gameplay time has been put back into the campaign, which I think is a good sign. I think it's really going to be a long, fleshed out campaign. That's my hope, at least. Weird Guy for Reals, we also says, I wish they would add biospheres for insects from the Paleozoic era. That's a really cool idea. I'm trying to get through these as quickly as possible. I'm so sorry. Tristan YouTube Art says, please, Frontier, give me Microraptor. I would love Microraptor. Oh my god. Shameless plug to my my own Jurassic audiobook, which features a Microraptor. By the way, Lara, thank you. Also, by the way, BTW is in their name. I'm not saying, by the way, Laura, thank you. Let's see, that was Foxtrot. We have Zachary Farmer. Hello, Eva. I used to watch your streams all the time before you got big. Rude? Who are you calling big? Sorry. I used to have a channel called Zachosaurus Rex. Glad you're doing well. Hey, thank you so much for popping it back in, Zachosaurus. I guess I should call you Zachary Farmer, excuse me. And Avery Creek, I was disappointed at the end of Jurassic World Evolution. 2, when they did not add the saber-toothed tiger. I think it was a missed opportunity, so I hope they do add it and more. I think it would be really cool. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Ooh, I feel like I cut that animation short a little bit. Just a little bit. Thoughts on the AI... I can't say this word. Controversy. There you go. I was stuck on, like, the British version of it. It is on my list, but I'm probably gonna get into it a little later. If we have time. Yahoo! T-Electric, no! Hey, it's about time this game took its title seriously. Oh my god, what a super chat. I'm failing so hard at keeping up with chat. I'm embarrassed. I'm so sorry. Iron Leviathan still wants to focus on dinosaurs, so I'd rather not have Cenozoics in this game, especially since each edition means more work than the previous games. That's a fair point. I think for me, my take on it is, like, yeah, they could keep adding dinosaurs, keep adding dinosaurs, keep adding dinosaurs, but at a certain point, you know, we've talked about this, Foxtrot, I think, brought this up in their super chat. Like, you know, what's really the difference between 5 different types of Stegosaurus? How exciting is it going to be to get a 7th type of Hadrosaur? So that's my take on it, right? I think that at a certain point we have so many dinosaurs that a bit of variety I would choose over having that 7th Hadrosaur. Hot take? Probably? Maybe. I don't know why I'm sounding like Kermit. And Red Lightning gameplay, did you see there's a pathway bridge in the scene with the themed innovation centers at the bottom right of that screenshot? It's a decoration. It's a decoration, and in fact it's a decoration part of the building. You know what? Maybe I can show you. Because I'm getting this comment a lot. It is one of the topics, actually, for discussion on my list, but I'll take a little detour. Because otherwise I'm just gonna forget. So I'm going the wrong way. There, screenshots. Oh my god, so many screenshots. There, this is the image. This bridge right here. We know what you mean. By the way, this is also a individually placeable bridge, but it's also part of the building. And I know that because... and I'm gonna have to go here, and then here, and then here. Sorry, I'm laughing at my file organization, which is bad. Ooh, I hope it's gonna show. It's very difficult to see, but... this right here... Hold on, am I showing it? because you guys are a little off-center. This right here, I hope you can see it. That's the bridge. So we have Innovation Center. We have the path coming out of the Innovation Center. A little bridge at an angle off to the side. Which is exactly what we see right here. Innovation Center, path coming out of the Innovation Center, little bridge off to the side. It's very possible that the guests walk over it, and we're just not seeing that. It's very possible that, you know, guests go this way down the path, and they go this way to the path. But at the moment, I'm assuming it's just a cute, placeable bridge and not actually a functional thing. Because it's, yeah, it's literally just a part of the building. That took very long, I'm so sorry. I blame my file structure. I don't know if I've given you a hug, Red Lighting Gameplays. Theropod Hunter, Japanese Dino DLC possibility? Yes, that's a very good possibility.
Yahoo!
Oh my god, guys, it's way too many super chats. You guys need to tone it down. Hot take, a Thylacoleo marsupial lion for the uninitiated would be a perfect Cenozoic edition. It's super unique while being familiar enough to fit in. I mean, I think we all have our own, like, wish list for Cenozoics, right? And, yeah, there's gonna be some overlap and some unique picks in there. I like dinosaurs, very succinctly put. There's a whole bunch of people here. We have over 1,300 people watching right now, so I gotta do the YouTuber thing and say that, you know, if you're hyped about Jurassic World Evolution 3, which I'm assuming you are since you're here, allegedly, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm gonna keep you up to date on all of the news that comes out. Frontier is kind enough to give this channel early access to stuff, so you know, I can bring you guys early access news. I can bring you guys, you know, I hope at least well-edited videos, because, again, thankfully Frontier gives us the time to do that. And by the time Jurassic World Evolution 3 launches, I will also, you know, be doing a full campaign playthrough. I'll be building parks in Sandbox, as I've been doing for Jurassic World Evolution 2 for the past 3.5 years. So yeah, if you're looking forward to all that sort of stuff and you don't want to miss out on the news, consider subscribing. I'm so sorry. I have the YouTuber brain rot. I don't know what to tell you.
Yahoo!
There you go, Yahoo! I tell Ia Yahoo! Trusting YouTube art, Microraptor would be awesome. Heck yeah. Oh man, sorry, I just love Microraptor so much. Dr. Terminator. I'm not gonna talk about any movie stuff, but thank you for the super chat.
Yahoo!
I'm sorry if that's rude, but I really gotta try to stay focused. Justin Fountain, I would rather focus on canon species than have a roster of redundant species. Yes, also very valid point. And that's either LO or IO24681, calling it now the small guys, a la Compy and Moros are not going to be breedable. Yes, that's my thought as well. Super small species like Compy. Compy, I feel, is pretty much guaranteed to be in the game because it's, you know, an on-screen species. Moros has a high chance as well because it's an on-screen species. I don't think it'll have babies. If we get Jailopterus, I don't think it'll have babies. And the hybrids, I don't think will have le baby. I don't think they will be inflicted with le baby. Red Lighting Gameplays, thank you so much for yet another super chat. Will you make the OG Jurassic Park with all the new features? I'm personally not a huge fan of doing recreations. I think I'm just gonna focus on doing creative builds at first, and then we'll see where it goes. Cherry Bomb, Evo, did you see that at the start of the hour Frontier announced that we'll be getting additional gameplay trailer for Jurassic World Evolution? Let me just confirm. 1 second. On Twitter? Alright, yes, okay. Just to show the people. So yeah, from the official Jurassic World Evolution 3 account, just as it goes with One Hidden Velociraptor, there's always more news lurking nearby. That's not what... The attack doesn't come from the front, but from the sides. Join us tomorrow for exclusive gameplay trailer for Jurassic World Evolution 3. And the reason I had to check is because, yes, I do know. I did know, but I had to make sure that they really shared it. So yeah, tomorrow you're gonna be seeing a video on the new gameplay trailer. Which is also why I won't be streaming tomorrow, because yeah, we're gonna be doing a video instead. Alright, oh my god guys, the super chats are crazy. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. Cheers, Art King, getting one in. Can't wait to play campaign mode only to have Bacon the Ceratosaurus eat everything that his yellow eyes could see and destroy every fence and vehicle. I mean, I don't know if that's sarcasm, but I'm looking forward to the campaign. Like, heck yeah. Alright, okay, I'm finally back into the regular chat, folks. Good God, way too many super chat. I just said that and a new super chat comes in. What in the actual heck? Hi, Leviathan. There's so many unique species we haven't gotten yet. Case in point, Microraptor, Plateosaurus, and Tanistropheus. I probably mispronounced that, as I do with everything else. I take any of those over non-Mesozoic species. Microraptor and Plateosaurus, yes. Tanistropheus is the aquatic with, like, weird legs, right? I don't know. I think he makes an appearance in... I want to say... No, I'm not gonna out myself and say something wrong. I'm just gonna let it all slide. Alright, let's see what the poll results are saying. In the meantime, let's get back to my living room. By the way, I hope you're all enjoying sitting on a pillow on the floor in front of the fireplace. In June. Do you think they will add Cenozoics? That was my poll question, and the majority of people think that it's gonna be in DLC. I think that's a very good chance, and okay, so this might sound like I'm contradicting myself, because I did just talk about the fact that I want Cenozoics in the game, and I want Cenozoics in the game over, you know, the 7th Hadrosaur and the 6th Stegosaurid. Having said all that, knowing that the base game is only going to have 82 species, I'm okay if Cenozoics aren't part of those 82 species. Because, you know, if 10 species of those are going to be Cenozoic, that's, in terms of percentages, a little bit too much to start out with. So, I would take a chunky Cenozoic DLC. Hold on, let's actually end the poll. End it. Alright, what else? What else? Alright, so I think what we're gonna talk about now is whether you guys have pre-ordered. And the reason I ask is we're gonna talk about pre-order and deluxe content. Did you pre-order? Yes. Base game. Yes. Deluxe. No, not yet. Or I don't pre-order, which is valid as well. I don't pre-order. I just realized I forgot to add a question mark to the poll, but, you know, you guys understand me. I'm switching around some things. There you go. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Alright, so, cause, yeah, I guess let's start with the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition content. What are you guys' take on that? In the meantime, oh god, you probably just saw a megalodon flash on on my projector. Yes, that is indeed my wallpaper. Look, that is how obsessed I am with this gaming series, okay? You've come to the right place. Let me find these freaking screenshots. I was literally just there. There you go, deluxe. let's start with this sexy beast. Boop! There he is. Ooh, sorry, that poop was very loud. So yeah, one of only 2 new species in the deluxe edition is Guanlong, and the other new one, is that going to be next? And the other new one is Protoceratops, and then after that we have the returning Thanatos Dracon, and I think he's here, the returning Concavenator. So it's 50-50 in terms of, you know, returning species, brand new species. I already talked about this in yesterday's video, so I'll try to be short about it, but in my opinion, I think Guanlong and Protoceratops are great choices for deluxe edition creatures, because I feel like, you know, they're popular enough to be worth the price, especially considering, you know, they kind of have to boost it to compensate for the return of these guys to make that less sour. But in my opinion, they're also not species that are like must-haves. You know, and that's very personal, but for me, like a must-have species would be Shantongosaurus, Argentinosaurus. If that sort of stuff was in deluxe, I'd be maybe a little bit more miffed. But yeah, I think these 2 are good. Protoceratops, Guanlong. Concavenator and Thanatos Dracon. I'm a little disappointed. Not gonna lie. I'm also happy that I know at the very least that we can get them if we want them. That's awesome. I love these species. But it's... I don't know. It feels a little weird. It feels a little weird. It just feels a little weird. I don't know how else to say it. Rob Earth, people always try to catch me in like a contradiction. Yeah, Shantongosaurus is also a Hadrosaurid. It happens to be my favorite Hadrosaurid. That doesn't mean that my stance changes on what we just talked about. Alright, hold on. I'm looking for... The leopard gecko says, I'm thinking it's a bit rubbish, including it. I understand, hold on. I think it's a bit rubbish, including it. I understand returning dinosaurs that you already paid for in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm not quite figuring out your sentence structure there, but I get your point. I get your point. Velociraptor, I'm gonna go with that. They definitely should have used Hatzegopteryx and Ichthyovenator instead of Thanatos, Dracon, and Concavenator, because restyling stuff we already paid for feels scummy. I do want to add the caveat, and I didn't give that proper credit in my video yesterday. I do want to say that, I did make a knee-jerk reaction mistake, and I made it again just now. It's not technically 50-50, right? Because, yeah, Concavenator is a returning species, but it's not very obvious from this screenshot, but there should be some sexual dimorphism, and obviously we have the baby. And the same goes for Thanatos Dracon. You know, again, sexual dimorphism looks to be very, very subtle here. But at the very least, there's a whole new model for the baby, and that comes with animations. So, you know, credit where credit is due in that regard. I think for me, what it is mostly is a concern that this is going to be a pattern for future DLCs, which is, you know, 2 new species, 2 returning species. And that's just a little bit less exciting, I guess, because it's like, yeah, we love these species, but at the same time, we've seen them for, you know, hundreds of hours already. So, you know, I just prefer for it to be something entirely new to get excited about and to pay for. In a very roundabout way, maybe that's the best way I can put it. The fact that it's just concerning to me what it might mean for future DLC. Jurassic Rex says, unpopular opinion, but the Jurassic World Evolution 2 T-Rex design is kind of ugly around the face. Is it? I don't know. Personally, I'm not that... I don't notice that sort of stuff. I don't know what to tell you. I don't notice that sort of stuff. Just looks like a T-Rex to me. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me check back in with the super chats, because I've been letting them go for a while to sort of focus on regular chat here. Oh my god, I missed a lot. Okay, hold on. Let's see. We have Raptor Kratos 85, so hyped for this game. Heck yeah, I'm so sorry, by the way. I hope people who super chatted are still here. But I felt like I was doing a disservice to just regular chat. Def Turbo Mem for 22 months. Do skins of canon male-female dinosaurs... are skins of canon male-female dinosaurs separated by sexes? Will babies have movie skins? And how does building like Innovation Center customization work? A lot of these questions I can't answer, unfortunately. You're just gonna have to be subscribed and stay tuned. I'm so sorry. In terms of, okay, the only thing I think I can answer, and that is, will babies have movie skins? I think not. I think babies will all just have one pattern, with like, you know, different color variations. I don't think they will have like all of the movie variations. I do think, by the way, that there's a good chance that something like Beta will be added, because it's specifically a baby canon animal. But that, you know, so I wouldn't say you're gonna see baby tiger striped velociraptor or baby quilled velociraptor. You know, that's, I think Beta, good chance. But generally, you know, something like a velociraptor is just gonna look like the Jurassic World Evolution 2 velociraptor as a baby and then grow into whatever movie skin it might have. That's my guess, at least. Charizard King, in my Jurassic World Evolution 1 save, Bacon the Ceratosaurus ate every Struthiomimus, as he should, and Trike could see before breaking out of his enclosure and chasing the guests, as he should, living his best life. He's living the dream. He is all of us. Harry Builder, I hope we get to see a Rebirth expansion pack. I think, yeah, that is my bet that they're gonna go with an expansion pack specifically, because I'm assuming there's gonna be some story elements there. Crazy Troodon says Troodon laying eggs in humans, a creepy callback, yeah, to Jurassic Park the game. Yahoo! And we have Roach. I'm curious to see if Protoceratops will be upscaled to be able to fight Velociraptor. Hold on, let me pull up the appropriate picture here. There it is. Hold on, I have to take a moment to just look how cute his face is. No, he looks so cute. Like he did something naughty, and his mom doesn't realize it yet. You know, like, oh, I used her credit card to buy, to pre-order Jurassic World Evolution 3 online without her permission. Oh no. Oh no, she's gonna find out and she's gonna be so mad. That's the expression he's giving me. Maybe I'm alone, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no idea if it'll be fighting, Velociraptor. It looks very small. It's very difficult to judge scale. In this image, it looks very small to me. Cold says, I don't mind repaying for things when you're getting additional models and animations. I wouldn't say I mind it on principle, but I mind the balance. If it's like, you know, 1 out of 4, I'd be much more on board with it. Oh, Charizard King retracted a message. It's a secret. Oh, YouTube just gave me an error message. I might crash in a little bit. It's okay. The stream will keep running, and I'll find you guys again if that happens. Adam Evans, I'm super excited for this game, and I can't wait to see what kind of parks you will be building. Oh my god, I'm legitimately already brainstorming. We've seen like 1 minute of footage. I'm already brainstorming. I'm hoping for the return of the square maps, or even a way to build our own islands. Same. I think square maps... I think Frontier is aware of how big of a hit those were. I would be surprised if they don't bring those back. But I will say, what we've seen of the maps so far in the gameplay trailer, you know, if we don't get distracted by the babies, the maps look really good. Like, we have all these coastlines, and we can build really close to the coastline. It looks really excellent. You know what else looks excellent? This. I love that stupid clip. I'm so sorry. James, hey, thank you so much for gifting a membership. That is awesome. Tylosaurus Swift. I might cry if they don't add Baby Blue, Delta, Echo, and Charlie. Yeah, so, again, I think Blue, Beta has a good chance of being in. Delta, Echo, Charlie, I think that's getting a bit much. Legacy Chris, I'm excited for the game and the fountains in the deluxe edition. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let's pull that up. Because, of course, aside from the species, which way am I going? I think it's this way. Yeah, look at that. Aside from the species, we have this sexy stuff as well. By the way, if you're here for the first time and you're hearing me say sexy and you're appropriately perturbed, it's just my way of saying it looks good. Don't be alarmed. It's fine. But this looks so good. Oh my god. And something I didn't even realize looking at this. The fact that we have the Megalodon statue, I think, confirms that Megalodon is in the base game. And that really relieves me. That makes me feel very, very, very relieved. Hey, James, thank you so much. Have a great evening. David D, I'm literally playing Jurassic World Evolution 2 while listening to this. Heck yeah, what are you building? Foxtrot, thank you so much for another super chat. I believe the Jurassic World Evolution 3 website confirms maps from previous games will be returning. Someone might want to double check. Yeah, let's actually talk about that as well. I have a disappointing alternative theory. The Goated Goat, where's the gameplay trailer being shown tomorrow? I mean, Frontier teased it on their socials, so you're gonna be seeing it on Frontier's socials. And yeah, stay tuned. And of course, I'll be doing video coverage as well. So also, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'm so sorry. Look, I hate myself more than anyone else out there, okay? Trust me. Yahoo! Phone Gal, I'm gonna do a whole dedicated video on that. I feel like that's way too big of a topic to try to cover in today's stream. Yahoo! So yeah, stay tuned. That's gonna be a video very early next week. I'm actually trying to get it out on Monday. Okay, so someone pointed out something about the game maps returning. Where am I? I am here. I think they said it here. Yeah, they did. Okay, so the sentence that was being referenced to is this one. How zoomed in am I? I'm a little off center. Let me do that. There you go. There you guys are. So it says right here, choose from a selection of locations featured across the campaign and previous Jurassic World Evolution titles. When I first read this sentence, I was kicking my feet, jumping up and down, because in my mind, when I first read it, this means, you know, we might get Ticanio back, or we might get, from Jurassic World Evolution 2, the map with the natural lagoon. However, as I was working on tomorrow's video, in which, you know, I'm gonna cover all of the website news, as I was preparing for the video, and I reread the sentence, I think they might mean something else. And what I think they could possibly mean is, instead of maps, like, we're thinking maps, right? So when I say Ticanio, I mean, you know, the shape of the map around the island. And if we talk about Penna, you know, the specific shape of Penna, I don't think that's what they mean, having reread the sentence. I think what they mean with this is, I mean, it's right here. This is Malta. We're gonna go back to Malta. It's gonna be a whole new map, but it's Malta, which was also a location featured in, you know, Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's a Jurassic World game, so we'll probably get a Nublar map as well. So we're gonna get a map named Nublar, not necessarily shaped like any of the Nublar maps that we've seen in past titles. That's what I think. Obviously, I can't say that with certainty, but yeah, when I reread this sentence, doing my homework, I think I interpreted it wrong the first time. I think it's gonna be just, you know, again, it's right here. This is Malta, but it's not a map that we've had before. And I see someone say, D-Rex1985, well, isn't it better, new maps in the same location? I guess you could say that. For me, I got kind of excited about the prospect of getting the exact Tucanio map back, because the Tucanio map is a really beautiful map, and especially, you know, getting all of these new tools, I think it would have been amazing to build, you know, this kind of highly detailed, crazy park with insane rock arches on the exact Isla Tucanio map. You know, that was the exciting aspect of it. Not so much, you know, returning to a map named Malta. But yeah, you can totally interpret it the positive way. Bob Muldoon, what an excellent name. So excited for this game. Played Evolution 2 on Xbox, but it has to be better on my new PC. Oh, heck yeah, you got a new PC. That's excellent. Crazy Creature 9, I think Frontier will go Planet Zoo route and base DLCs off areas of the world instead of time periods. Then they can add more build sets. Might affect the price though. I think we are perfectly queued up for Frontier to go the Planet Zoo DLC route. And we're already seeing it with the Deluxe Edition, right? The Deluxe Edition is 4 species. And I clicked away. And I shouldn't have clicked away. The Deluxe Edition is 4 species and scenery and I think some vehicle skins. That's very reminiscent of what they're doing for Planet Zoo. You know, a Planet Zoo DLC is animals and scenery items. And yeah, that's the formula that they can apply for Jurassic World Evolution 3. And I'm personally excited about that because as much as I've enjoyed the new species getting added, and I have a blast making, like, you know, my showcase videos and trying out all of the new animations and sacrificing homilocephaly to the blood god. There's always been that little part of me that's like, it would have been so good if they added decorations to the DLC. And I think they're perfectly set up to do that now. So again, it's one of those things that you can interpret as a negative because it might mean more expensive DLCs, but I would interpret it as a positive because more stuff like this is exactly what I would want. I'm gonna check in on the poll though. Let's see. All right, so the question was, did you pre-order? I'm actually gonna end it, make it final. Bam. Alright, so the majority has not yet pre-ordered, and, you know, I think that's totally fair. We've literally only seen the announcement trailer, and we have some, you know, some information from the website. We've literally only had this game on Steam for less than 24 hours. It's perfectly fine that you're not pre-ordering yet. But I hope that you know, will stick around and, you know, keep your finger on the pulse and see if maybe down the line it does convince you to go for that pre-order. Next one was 27% did pre-order and they went for the deluxe option. 15% just doesn't pre-order at all. And the lowest option with only 6% is that people ordered the base game. So it looks like a lot of people are just committing to get these sexy beasts. This looks so good. Hold on, am I centered? A little bit. Look at, hold on, we're getting maybe a little too, oh my god, it's like I'm its dentist. Open wide! Did you floss? I don't think you did. But look at the colors on the crest, it looks so good. And you know, any feathered animal is good in my book. Look at the blue eyes on this thing, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I have 0 notes on the Guanlong, it looks great. 0 notes on Protoceratops. And Thanatos Dracon and Concavenator look excellent as well. I just would have preferred, you know, like someone else said earlier in chat, you know, maybe if they'd switched Concavenator out for Irritator, I think they said Irritator, or if they'd switched out Thanatos Dracon for Hatzegopteryx, I feel like that would have tipped the scales for me, and I wouldn't have had anything to say about it. It's just, you know, the shock of seeing 2 returning species in the deluxe edition, so just sort of... The baby looks full of whimsy. I love that. Whimsy. I love that. All right, let me actually check what other topics I had lined up. I'm so annoyed that for some reason I cannot access this Word document. I can open it, I just can't move my cursor into it. All right. Oh, yeah. I have another poll and another discussion topic, and it's all about the babies. Legacy Chrissy just committed my very first park for the event, Jurassic Park San Diego. So proud of it. Heck yeah. By the way, if people don't know, if you're maybe new to the channel, we're currently running the last Jurassic World Evolution 2 building event. You can find it in a comment or a post on the community tab on the channel. But yeah, you can submit your best park, and I'm going to be showcasing as many as possible in a video. Sometime in July, maybe if I have to August, but I hope in July I will be able to showcase a lot of you guys' parks on the channel. Let me heart that. What was I going to do? I was going to start a new poll. Hold on. I'm getting distracted. ADHD kicking in. Start a poll. Alright. So, how do you think baby... Hold on. Baby growth will work? Question mark. Just a baby model, then... adults. How do I say this? No. Hold on. I know. Only 2 models. Baby, then adults. I have character limits to deal with. Seamless growth, or something in between, which would be multiple stage growth. So, you know, baby teen. I can just barely fit that in. There you go. Start that poll. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Sorry. Let me move around. Let me click around some things, reorganize. Maybe I should pull up the trailer. Oh, I know, I'll just pull up the screenshots again. Sorry, you're gonna be seeing that Megalodon pop up sometimes. Sorry about that. Alright, so I saw someone comment that, alright, so if we open this one, the Mosasaurus babies look fairly large, you know, in a non-insulting way. And the Brachiosaurus babies look fairly large. But if we look at something like, here, the Triceratops, they look really, really, really young. So I've been seeing this theory going around. I saw it in chat. I saw it in my comments. There is a very popular theory that it's either seamless growth, which is what Prehistoric Kingdom has, if you're familiar with that game. You know, it starts as a baby and it just very seamlessly grows up into an adult. You don't even really notice it happening. And the other theory is, which is currently winning the poll, is that it has multiple stage growth. So, you know, we see a baby Triceratops, but we see a teenager Mosasaurus. My personal theory is maybe a little more cynical than you might expect. My personal theory is that they've created the illusion of this variability by just making the Mosasaurus babies a little bigger. And For example, the Velociraptor babies also already look kind of big. But then they made the Triceratops babies really, 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 really small. I think that's how they are sort of, again, creating the illusion that there's more growth stages. But what we're actually seeing is that the babies for Triceratops all look the same size to me. We see the Triceratops babies several times. There's one more. Oh, I don't have a screenshot of it. But they all look tiny. I feel like if there was seamless growth or multiple stages... Oh, it's here. I feel like if there was multiple growth stages or seamless growth, the evidence would be in the Triceratops. We would see a really small Triceratops. We would see a teenage Triceratops. But we're not seeing that. All of the Triceratops babies are just babies. And the same with T-Rex, very small. And if we go here, very small. Am I explaining this right? I might not be explaining this right, but what I mean is they basically just pinpointed a different age per species. I don't think I explained that any better, but I hope someone out there understood, and if you did, congratulations, and I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, Daniel the Diesel, good morning. Good morning. Jesse, very good point. It could just be that they're showing it off later. Very good point. But, you know, going off what we've seen so far, I think we're only going to get one growth stage per species. Maybe I finally nailed it. One growth stage per species. So, Triceratops will be really small. Mosasaurus babies are going to be a little bit bigger. Hold on, I'm probably missing all sorts of super chats in the meantime as well, so let me check in on that. Alright, yes, Maisie, I'm so sorry for missing that. I have a dancing dialogue for you. I hope you're still here. Thank you so much. Hey, Eva, I hope you're having a great day. I love your videos. They always cheer me up when I'm having a bad day. I hope you're having a good day right now. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition as soon as I saw the trailer yesterday. So excited. Hey, yeah. Dev Tarbo says, do you think that modular building will be full prehistoric kingdom or like an advanced rock tool? Also, I think all that rock stuff are part of terrain because game limits. I will talk more about that later. Not in this stream, but in a future video. I'm sorry, I can't answer everything. It's a secret. Sorry. Charizard King, I'm worried my submission will look rushed. Don't worry about it. It's not a competition. Just build whatever your best idea of a park is. Submit it, and there'll be a good chance that you'll end up in the video. And Planet Sith, what do you think aquatic and pteranodon nests will be? That is an excellent question. Maybe someone in chat has an idea. Look, for like flying reptiles, a nest could just be a nest. You know, they're not too complicated. I did wonder how they're gonna do it with aquatics. Excellent question. Yahoo! Buffios! I woke up just before 4:30 AM and hopped right on the stream. Good morning. I'm going fishing up in the mountains of Victoria, Australia for trout and perch soon. Have a good trip. Oh my god, someone is actually going outside. I cannot relate. I will never go outside again. Puggy Boy? Sorry. Puggy Boy 123 says, I'm guessing it will be like a kelp bed? I think the issue with it is, you know, these creatures should be giving live birth. And I didn't... I have no idea what they're gonna do with that. It's an interesting question. This is a brain breaker. Yeah, Cryophonator, maybe they'll do live birth. Like, they could. It could literally be, you know, you look away and then you look back and poof, there's a baby. By the way, oh, I want to say this. I don't know why people are assuming that there's going to be mating animations. I really don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is, one, it would be very weird. Two, it would affect the rating. But most importantly, we have Planet Zoo as an example, and you don't see like a sexual animation there because it's weird. Why would you see that? I think in Planet Zoo they just do like a little mating dance or something like that, and then a baby appears somewhere. That would be my guess for this game as well. You know, sometimes Frontier is just like me. They just whip out the same trick over and over. Hold on, I need to take a sip. I feel my voice getting like... Ace Henderson says potentially they will swim into the kelp bed nest, and that's where the births occur. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So like a thick patch of kelp. And the mom swims in there for a little me time. No, but like, I get what you mean. So yeah, thick patch of kelp. Female aquatic swims in. Poof. Female aquatic with baby swims out. I feel like that's... You might be on something there. You might be on something. Archelon would need a nest. Also an excellent point. So they would have to do 2 things for aquatics. Technically. Interesting. You guys bring up good stuff. I didn't even think about that. Archie maybe. Evo, I think that the fencing in the lagoon is the marine nest. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me whip it out. Wait, no, not in a weird way. This thing. Yeah, maybe. So this goes with the theory that we just talked about. It's a thick patch of kelp. Yeah, maybe. And then there's this like fencing around it for like a bit of protection. As the young, maybe the young, after they're being born, they stay in the nest for a little while. And then they come out when they're this size. You're a bunch of sleuths out there. I think you might have just cracked the code. Very good. Hold on, where's your comment? Let me heart it. And also a hug. Hold on, I need to see if that actually works. Yes, it does. Yeah, so Rob Earth, we just talked about that. They would be giving live birth, but they would be going into the thick kelp. Mom would give birth, babies would live in the kelp nest until they emerge. Crex, I'm gonna do a specific video on which species I think will be cut, because if I'm gonna get into that, I'm gonna be talking about that for the next 40 minutes, which is the entire stream. So yeah, I'm gonna save that for a video and chop it up into bite-sized pieces for you guys, because that's gonna be a big discussion. Alright, I'm actually gonna end this poll. It's pretty close though, it's pretty close. So most people think that there's going to be multiple stages of growth. So we're going to have, you know, a baby, and maybe then a toddler, and maybe then a teenager, and then they pop into adult. Next up is only 2 models, baby, then adult. I think that's the case because I don't see any evidence within a single species in the trailer of different growth stages. And also it's what they do with Planet Zoo. And again, Frontier be like me sometimes, and they just whip out the same gimmick. Tristan YouTube Arts, I hope they give the option for you to choose baby/juvies to either age or not, so you have the option to keep some of them as babies. That would be an excellent sandbox setting. Very good. Yes, that would be a great sandbox setting to have. Alright, let me check my list. Let me check what other topics we can be talking about. Ooh, well, we kind of already talked about this. But it's a big one for me, so we're gonna talk about it again. Do you think they changed the path system? No, same as Jui 1/Jui 2. Yes, we will have bridges and oh. Hold on. I gotta rephrase it. Character limit. Alright. I think that makes sense. Maybe. So yeah. One of my biggest wishes, not the biggest, but one of my biggest wishes is for them to do bridges. And that requires an overhaul of the path system. I haven't seen any evidence that that's the case. What do you guys think? By the way, I want to point out the obvious. We have modular building, so we can build whatever we want, right? We can build a bridge, which is very philosophical. Very nice. We can build a bridge. The question is whether our guests will use it. Whether the path system allows for guests to use the bridges that we build. That's a really big one for me. And again, I just want to pull up the screenshot again. It's gonna take me forever to find it, but I will. Announcement screenshots there. So this bridge right here has everyone. Well, not everyone. Hold on. This bridge has a lot of people thinking that, you know, it's usable because it is clipped onto path, but it is just part of the building, the same as this flag, the same as this tree. So I'm not convinced about it. I haven't seen any evidence of it. Oh my god, in the meantime, she's missing super chats again. You guys are way too generous. Holy heck. I got Tristan YouTube Arts, so the next one then is Stupid Sandwich. Sorry. You know what else is stupid? This clip right here. But enjoy. Sorry. Maybe babies have accelerated growth, so that way they get to juvenile size pretty rapidly, and then growth is slowed once they are introduced into the enclosures, but it's diet dependent. Maybe. I mean, anything is possible. Like, if we're getting into, like, ideal situation stuff, that would be really neat. Yeah, Crex, I did see that there's going to be a gameplay trailer tomorrow, and I'm going to get a video out on that. So, to you and everyone else watching, if you want to hear my thoughts on the gameplay trailer, tune back into the channel tomorrow, and you're going to get just that. Look, whether you like it or not, you're going to get my thoughts on it. Alright, not Michelle Obama, thank you for clarifying. I'm thinking a bridge would be a path option. I really hope so, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. I'm gonna pull up a different screenshot. Eventually. You think it's some... Oh, there you go, he is remembering it. Which one's good? Here, this one's pretty good. Here, so I also got some people in my comments. Oh my god, the video from yesterday got so many comments. If you are one of the incredible people who watched yesterday's video and left a comment, and I didn't reply to it or I didn't give it a heart, I am so sorry. But I got so many comments on that video, I could not keep up. I woke up this morning and I spent an hour reading comments, giving people hearts, replying, and then I had to get to work. I'm so sorry. Usually I'm much better with keeping up with all of the comments. But yeah, I just want to say that I did my best, but it was so many comments. I really appreciate it because, you know, that really helped the video do really well. So I don't want you to underestimate how much I appreciate that. But what I was saying is I saw some comments of people pointing out that, oh, the path is going up here. So isn't that path elevation? But this path is just on a slope. It's on a hill. It's not doing what path can do in Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster, which is that with controls, the path can just go up. And it'll even form stairs automatically at a certain steepness? I don't know. I don't speak English. But yeah, so far, I'm only seeing evidence of the Jurassic World, you know, 1 and 2 path system, which is just path on the ground. If that's the case, that will be a disappointment. For me. I love bridges. And again, we have modular building. We can build bridges, so it'll look cool at least. But it won't have that sexy path connection. And that'll be an issue if you want to get like really creative with separating sections in your park. You know, you might be running into path connection problems, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's either something that they're still working on, so they can't show it yet, or it's something they want to keep a secret, so they're not showing it yet. That's what I'm keeping my fingers crossed for, but I want to mentally prepare myself for the fact, there you go, English, that it's not going to be a thing. Foxtrot, the reaction on Reddit and the Steam discussions isn't anywhere near as positive as the last 2 games, depending on where you look. One of my moderators actually pointed this out to me as well. Let me first get you a hug. I think it depends where you look. But yeah, my moderator reported as well that a lot of people are being negative about it. I think that they saw that happen on Reddit. You also, you're mentioning Reddit, you're mentioning Steam discussions. In my comments, and right here in chat, I definitely see some disappointments. For example, what I just talked about, right? I think it's disappointing if there's not going to be bridges. And I'm a little miffed that 2 of the deluxe species are returning species. You know, stuff like that. I'm seeing that in my comments, and I'm also seeing some comments from people like, nah, this could have been an update, I'm not interested, and all fair, all valid, but it is, in my comments at least, the minority. So I think it depends on where you look, how people are experiencing it. I think on my channel, a lot of the people, you know, they're on my channel for a reason. You know, we're the crazy people who like putting down thousands of planters and stuff like that. I think that crowd is pretty happy right now, predominantly. And I think maybe people on Reddit who, you know, might play the game a little bit more, like, you know, who do like battle simulations and stuff like that. Maybe they're like, yeah, well, what's the point? I'm going from, you know, a battle royale of 122 species to a battle royale of 82 species. That's not exciting. I'm not excited about that. And I think, generally speaking, that's not the crowd of my channel. So I think it depends on where you look, how people are, like, what the consensus is. I took forever to answer that. I'm so sorry. Sometimes it just happens. I don't know why. I appreciate. Did I give you a hug? I'm gonna give you another hug to compensate for rambling. But yeah, from my experience, people are very positive, but I understand that there's like a group of people, depending on how they play the game, who's not happy. Because a big factor to how they enjoy the game is having as many species as possible. And the reality is that, you know, we're gonna have less species. So, you know, that's a valid opinion for them. It's just not, it's not my take, and it's also not the dominant take I see from people on the channel. Charizard King, I'm scared of new guest demands. I have to, oh, I have to do. I thought you said, I have to go. This is my parting message. Goodbye. The guests are already hard enough to please. Please, Frontier, don't make guests greedy. I feel like I'm a bad person to comment because I play Sandbox like 99.9999999% of the time. So I'm not the best person to comment. I don't think it's too difficult in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm just going off the campaign, you know? I feel like I did the campaign fairly easily, and it's not a complicated campaign because pleasing guests I don't think is all that complicated. I think a lot of people would prefer for there to be a little bit more of a challenge there in making guests happy. There's a mosquito. Get away. No, you can't have my DNA, please. Oh my god, can you imagine the disappointment of like a scientist millions of years later cloning me? God, that would be a bad day at the office. They're like, I wonder what this mosquito has, and it's well, it's this weird chick who just talks into a microphone. That would be so sad. Some intern is gonna get fired if that happens. Sarah, get away. Steinmaas, I think you're Dutch. Goedenavond. I think certain decorations can snap to paths for more perfection. Maybe? I'm looking at this right now. I think... Oh, we're really zooming in now. We're really getting up close and personal. It looks to me like this bench is closer to the path than this bench. So it doesn't look to be snapping, but maybe that's an option you can toggle on and off. That'll be sexy. Hey, Tristan YouTube Arts, welcome to Evo Park. And then, you know, enter the bad Jurassic Park theme on that, like, out-of-tune flute, because, God, can you imagine the disappointment. Oh, by the way, guys, this screenshot is Look at all these statues! Look, I'm so excited. We have statues. This makes me happier than it should. That's a little detour. Let me check in actually with what the poll is saying. Alright, so the majority still has hope that we will see bridges and elevation. Oh man, really fingers crossed. I really hope so. Because can you imagine, like, having an elevated walkway going over, like, a habitat? Oh, that would be so cool. And you can, you know, speaking of you know, these guys, you can have like a path go at this height, like just about, you know, middle of the neck. And then you can like create the illusion that it's like, you know, kind of like those giraffe feeding attractions. Oh, it would be so good. Like, it goes beyond bridges, guys. My obsession goes beyond bridges. Elevated walkways would be so sexy. Oh. Or a path going over the Spinosaurus swamp. Or a path going over a lagoon. Can you imagine the lawsuits? But it would be so worth it. It would be so cool. Sorry, I'll stop. But yeah, I really hope that that's gonna become a reality. It would be so good. Oh man. I will say, and maybe I'm just like, you know, huffing on that copium. I will say, you know, they basically brought over, you know, Planet Zoo terrain editing. They basically brought over Planet Zoo modular building. So they could basically bring over Planet Zoo path system. They could. I wanna retain hope. I will retain hope. Phantom Pickle, thank you so, what an awesome name. Thank you for the super chat. With the new genetic inheritance system, do you think players will be able to move dinosaurs with more desirable traits to enclosures, adding those traits to those gene pools? I cannot answer that yet. I cannot talk more about the breeding aspect of it, but stay tuned. So, oh man, I feel like an idiot right now. Speaking of, I feel stupid. Stupid Sandwich says, I'd love to see gondolas. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Can we just take a moment for gondolas? I mean, we have zip lines. I feel like it shouldn't be that big of a challenge. That feels a little bit more like, you know, free update 4 months down the line, but fingers crossed, man. That'll be amazing. Hold on, did I give you a hug? And also a hug for Charizard King. Imagine if they did add that, but when you build it, the guests don't go to it, which leads to falling fountains on guests. I feel like, I don't know who you're replying to. Is that a reply to me? I don't even know. John Agoglia, I hope I pronounced your name semi-correctly. I'm gonna be doing a video on my predictions, which dinosaurs get cut, which dinosaurs are safe. But I feel like that needs to be a video, because it's gonna be in-depth with, you know, all sorts of reasoning. It needs to be a video. I'm not gonna dedicate time on that on stream, because it would just be me rambling, as if I've been doing any differently. Let's pretend I have been. Okay, let's pretend I've been providing the content. All right, let me check my list again and see if we have another topic to be talking about. Ooh, yes. Okay, so it's not really... I'm getting excited by words in my Word document. What I wanted to ask you guys, and we kind of maybe already answered this question with the previous topic, but I wanted to ask you... So we've seen, you know, we've seen babies, we've seen the terraforming, we've seen the automatic waterfalls. Brilliant, chef's kiss. I wanted to ask you guys, what's a feature that you hope will be in the game that they haven't shown yet? Yeah, and we kind of already talked about, you know, Cenozoics and bridges, so, you know, valid if that's your answer, but do you have something else where you're like, ooh, I really hope that they did this and they just haven't shown it yet? I'd be curious about that one. In the meantime, Fabian Jornak, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce anything. I'm an uncultured swine, and I genuinely apologize. I actually don't think we're getting Planet Zoo type modular building in these screenshots. I only see copy-pasted buildings that are never unique. All right, let me show you something. Where is it? I know where it is. There you go. I won't be centered, will I? There? Yeah, allegedly. It's gonna take me forever to find it. Maybe features. Oh, by the way, hold on. Slight detour. This is the beta animation. From the end of Fallen Kingdom, when Beta and Blue are reunited, Beta does this little spin in front of Blue. That's this animation right here. I literally saw that just before I started the stream. Yeah, I think that's pretty cute. I'm gonna stop looking at it now. But what I came for is this one. There he goes. So I can't pause it, but at the very start you see like this flat gray box. That's so Planet Zoo coded. That is exactly how Planet Zoo buildings are. It's just a gray box, and you can see in this little animation that they built all of this stuff around it, and they add all of these little pieces at the end. I mean... Oh, and we have like text confirmation as well. They talk about blueprints, they talk about They literally say building custom buildings to share in the workshop. That's literally something that they said at some point, so... I want to apologize. I feel like I've been shouting. I feel like I've just been shouting this entire stream. Look, but there's a reason this is called the Jurassic World Evolution 3 hype stream. I'm so hyped. And I will say, little detour, I'm not hyped about modular building. I didn't want that. But there's so much else in the game that is just like ticking so many boxes. It makes me so happy. So stupid happy. By the way, I've been doing you guys a disservice. I see that we have 1,451 likes, which is incredible. But I haven't been delivering on my promise to make Ian Malcolm chuckle. And the reason for that is that I've been playing so many clips for Super Chats. I've been holding out on this. So how about we make Ian Malcolm do a little triple chuckle for you guys. 3 times for Jurassic World Evolution 3. But thank you so much for liking the stream. It helps out so much. And as I said earlier, all of you guys' comments on my video helped out so much. I really cannot thank you guys so much for the support. It's incredible. So you've earned this chuckle reprieve. A chuckle interlude, if you will. And once more, because we love him. Sorry. I don't hear it. I only see the clip. I always chuckle at Alan's expression. It's so good. The side eye is bombastic. Why is Oak Dakota? We need proper herding mechanics for herds now. Yes. We see clips that suggest herding in the trailer, but I don't want to rely on that too much because we've been seeing clips of herding animation since the first trailer for Jurassic World Evolution 1, and there's kind of herding in Jurassic World Evolution 2 if you squint real hard, in terms of, you know, they'll stay in a territory together. Well, that's about it. But 100% agreed. Also, I will give you a Yahoo. Yahoo! Oh, Maisie, you are having a good day. That's great. You are way too kind. Thank you. A feature I hope they add is toggle to prevent baby dinosaurs from growing up. Yeah, someone mentioned that as well. Maybe it was you, actually. I think that would be a great sandbox feature. In the meantime, as I've been rambling, Mr. Jugglebug, a first-person zookeeper-like experience, kind of like Zoo Tycoon back then. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Kind of like first-person management. I mean, as long as it's something that you could choose not to do, I'd be on board with that. You know, the more options for more people, that's great. It's not something I would do. I like being, you know, a god flying over my park, just placing down planters. Preferably on top of people. Neurotic Vows plays. The main reason I don't believe Rebirth content will be in at launch is because they're still altering designs between the trailers. Yeah, that's a good point. They are making adjustments that could go into it. Then again, I feel like just as those... how do I phrase this? Just as the designers have enough time to do that for the movie, Frontier's designers have enough time to do that for the game. You know, the game is coming out 4 months? 3 months and something after the movie. That's plenty of time for them to be altering the designs if, you know, if they change the movie designs for the premiere. So I see where you're coming from. I don't think that's the holdup. I think they're going for, you know, a story that's focused on the aftermath of Dominion. They like the story of dinosaurs still being in our world. And, you know, fair, I don't really see how they could have gone with a rebirth-appropriate story where dinosaurs are limited to tropical regions. That doesn't really work for this game anymore. So yeah, I think it's I don't really know how to phrase it, but I think it's a choice. It's a choice they made so they could make the game that they wanted, and then they can have the option of doing like an alternate universe expansion pack. The Maverick! Hey, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I should not sing. I should not sing. I should not put that on you, people. You've come here for a good time, not to hear me singing. No. You come here for Yahoo. Yahoo! In the meantime, you've been staring at this animation. But yeah, just to recap, that little grey box you see at the start, that's so Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster coded. Also, just look at the baby. Hold on, I need to zoom in. Are we sent? We are. So I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit. That's so cute. He's so dapper. All right, hold on. Bu1TR3, so excited about this game. Pre-ordered the deluxe edition. Heck yeah. Oh no! The hug covered the baby, not the baby. Hey, boys 12, thank you so much. Yahoo! That's way smaller than the baby Mosa in the trailer? No, not at all. It's just because it's a front view. But no, that looks the exact same size. Bam. That's the exact same size. I'm Agent Bristow. That baby knows nothing of the horrors that are committed every day. Hey, Steve. I'm doing great. I'm so excited. How are you doing? How you doing? Brianna Hendy, how do I think lagoons will change? I think structurally, not at all. I talked about this in yesterday's video, so I won't go into it in too much depth. But, hold on, if I can pull up, what's the best screenshot for it? I know the one I'm looking for, this one. I'm sorry, I'm covering the baby, but just for a little bit. If you look at this lagoon, it's very recognizable that it's the same system. You know, clipping several circular lagoons together to make, you know, the recognizable shapes that we've been making for the past 3.5 years. You clip a hatchery or an attraction onto the side. The only difference is that thanks to, you know, modular building removes hitboxes. Because modular building simply doesn't work with hitboxes. You need to be able to clip all these different items together to build your stuff. So what modular building allows us to do is what we see right here, which is clip this amazing rock face into the side of the lagoon and sort of obscure that concrete border that we've seen a million times. And the other, there's the baby. And the other thing we can do, thanks to modular building, is we can see these rock formations sunken into the lagoons. I think that's the only way lagoons will change. Other than that, I think it's the exact same way as Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is you clip multiple circles together into a bigger lagoon. I don't think there will be variable depth. I don't think we'll have an option for natural edges. I don't think there will be ramps. I think, in essence, lagoons will work the exact same. I want to add again the caveat. I'm neglecting to do that as often as I should. But let me take a moment to add the caveat, or the disclaimer maybe I should say. What we're seeing is, how do they say it? Pre-alpha? Oh, it doesn't say here. Hold on, I need to find an earlier screenshot. I think they call it pre-alpha. Yeah, it's pre-alpha in-game footage. So everything we're seeing... Let me bring back the baby. Everything we're seeing is still subject to change. So, you know, what we talked about with the path system. Just because there's no evidence of bridges yet doesn't mean that they won't be adding that. Either because they're hiding it or just because it's not done yet. Just because lagoons right now look to be the same doesn't mean that they won't still be changing that or hiding it. So yeah, maybe that's a little bit too optimistic for y'all, but that's me. Therapy worked too much. But you know, I still have hope that we're gonna see some more simple changes to how lagoons work. Like maybe, for example, clipping a ramp onto the edge. I feel like they could do that fairly easily. So that, you know, our semi-aquatics can also walk into the lagoon for a swim. I think that's something that they could still do. Hello, I'm definitely skeptical that Rebirth content will show up in Jurassic World Evolution 3, but in the Jurassic World Evolution 3 Discord, the logo shows two D-Rex, cuddling with each other. Yeah, excellent point. I saw that as well. They actually, they updated that before the announcement trailer even dropped, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah. No, 100%. Fair point. That is an excellent counter-argument. They are making a link there between Rebirth content, the D-Rex specifically, and their game. It could just be because, you know, it's a month until the movie comes out, and they're just riding on a bit of that excitement. But, no, excellent point. Did I give you a hug? I don't even know. Do you think aquatics will attack flyers? Oh man, I know exactly which animation you mean. I don't know. I dare not hope, but it would be awesome, it must be said. Yahoo! It would be awesome. An art with Caleb new skin on adult Moza full island maps. This skin looks maybe a little bit different. This like weird mossy coloration on the mouth. I'm not sure. Oh, hold on. We do have. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna cover the baby again. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. We do have a new Mosasaurus skin. You know where I'm going. It just takes me a while. My file organization is... I'm not proud of it. There you go. She's there. There. This is a new Mosasaurus skin. We have a Lux Mosasaurus skin. To anybody watching who didn't watch my video yesterday, this is the deluxe skin for the Mosasaurus. So this is not base game stuff. Just so you're aware of that. But we do know that if you get the deluxe version of the game, you will at least get one new skin for the Mosasaurus. Which is pretty cool. I hope they do this for all species, honestly. that would be pretty nifty. Pretty nifty, I tell you. Mr. Random, look, I have a theory. Frontier had layoffs, right? Maybe they laid off some Jurassic World Evolution 2 staff. And so when they needed workforce for Jurassic World Evolution 3, they moved some Planet Zoo teams. And that's why Jurassic World Evolution 3 might look like Planet Zoo. I understand where you're going with that. I don't think that's the case. And the reason I don't think that's the case is because Frontier has been developing Jurassic World Evolution 3 for years. We don't know exactly how long, but they've been secretly working on that for years, while in the meantime, they keep bringing out new DLC for Planet Zoo. Obviously, there is some overlap there. I think specifically there's overlap in the animators who make all of the behaviors and such. But I think there's been a pretty dedicated team working on Jurassic World Evolution 3, while they have some people still working on Planet Zoo. Foxtrot, last super chat, I promise. Can you talk about how Lux or other non-Frontier skins will work with the breeding system? No. Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm not hiding any. I don't know. I need to clarify. I appreciate the super chat. Donnie Goes Wild says it's worrisome that they don't at least have alpha at this point. I'm worried about an incomplete launch. I'm not too worried about it. And the reason for that is, and I think Frontier talked about this with Jurassic World Evolution 2. Hold on, let's go back to this. So this glorious trailer that we see happening right now, they will have recorded this weeks ago, maybe even months ago. The footage that we are seeing is not up to date. So even though they're showing pre-alpha footage, doesn't mean that they're not already in the alpha stage. It, you know, this might shock you to know, but making videos takes time. And I have experience in this regard. It takes so much more time than you think. So that's what's happening, right? So I understand where you're coming from, where you're like, you know, it's June, game is coming out late October, and they're still in pre-alpha. I don't think they're still in pre-alpha. They're showing pre-alpha, but you know, I would assume that they're in alpha at this point. That's my assumption. But it's just, you know, they sat someone down to record in-game footage weeks/months ago, so they have time to edit that into this beautiful trailer to show us yesterday. So I'm not too concerned about that, but I totally get where you're coming from, because obviously, you know, Jurassic World Evolution 1 had a rocky start. Jurassic World Evolution 2, I didn't have any issues with Jurassic World Evolution 2, by the way. I just didn't. A lot of people reported a lot of bugs. I didn't really have any big issues, but again, a lot of people did. And of course, infamously, Planet Coaster 2 had a really rocky launch. So much so that Frontier themselves acknowledged it, and they're not even doing any paid DLC right now. They're doing just free updates to make that right. So I totally get that there's a concern that the game will launch before it's really ready. I hope that's not the case. And I'm not personally too concerned about that. Is that your real house? No, my real house is a pigsty. And also poor. I don't have a fireplace. I don't have 2 couches. I don't have big ass windows. Oh man, I'm sorry. Mr. Jugglebug, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Do you think combat will be more fluid and unpredictable, or the same as Jurassic World Evolution 2, as well as if juveniles or older exist before adulthood, they'll be able to participate in combat? I don't know. For me personally, combat isn't very important either, so I'm also maybe not like the right person to ask. We do see in the trailer that babies participate in breakouts. So maybe they'll attack guests upon breakout. Maybe, you know, a baby baryonyx can eat a baby protoceratops. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, Herald of Geese. We are indeed reaching the end of the stream. I will talk about this very briefly. Hold on. Let's first do this. So, in case people don't know, and I have an image that I can pull up for it. Ooh. Somewhere. Yeah, here it is. If I do this, there you go. I hope you guys can read it. But there's a disclaimer on the Steam page for Jurassic World Evolution 3. I'm gonna hiccup, don't hiccup. I think we're good. There's a disclaimer on the Steam page for Jurassic World Evolution 3, which says this right here. AI-generated content disclosure. This is a new rule Steam has. The developers describe how their game uses AI-generated content like this. Scientists' avatars are created using generative AI. Generative AI is the kind of AI that most of the world is appropriately and deservedly mad at. It's the bad kind of AI, you know, the bad kind of AI art. So what is my take on this? I think my stance on generative AI is pretty well known. I don't like it because it replaces, well, in the eyes of certain people, it replaces the value of artists. You know, it takes jobs away from artists. It steals content. It's literally just bad for the environment. Generative AI is bad. Quick side note, not all AI is bad. AI can be very helpful, but generative AI specifically, I think has very little that I can support about it. All that being said, I'm not happy about this. I'm also not... How do I say this? I understand that it's a slippery slope. Again, I'm not psyched about this. But at the same time, I don't think it's enough for me to be like, I'm gonna boycott the game. For me, from my perspective, is one, I hope that maybe they'll still change it. If not, how do I phrase? I think my first point is I would love for Frontier to explain it a little bit more, because so. Sorry. Yeah, as you can tell, I didn't think about this too hard yet. But there is a best case scenario here. And the best case scenario is that, you know, they didn't use ChatGPT to generate portraits of scientists. Best case scenario is they have an AI and they trained it on their own images. Because that's literally what they could have done. They could have taken, you know, pictures of every single employee at Frontier with their permission, maybe ask their family members to send in pictures as well with certain parameters, you know, head on, good lighting, yada yada. And then they used those images to train the AI to generate these random scientist avatars. In which case, you know, there's no theft going on. Because the images being used, they have the right to use. So that would be a huge mitigating factor. So, you know, I I hope the best case scenario is true. If the best case scenario isn't true, then at the end of the day, all they're using AI for is to make pictures of... Hold on. Because I want to make real sure that people understand what we're talking about. Like, really, really, really sure. Because I think people are having a deservedly, understandably knee-jerk reaction to seeing generative AI. Because they think, oh, we have AI-generated dinosaur models, stuff like that. That's not it. Why is this not working? Alright, let me just do that then. Oh my god, flashbang, I'm so sorry about that. But this is what we're talking about. Images like this. That is what they're doing. That is what they're using AI for, to generate just these portraits of people. They're not using it for anything else. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. I don't like it. I also don't think it's a huge issue, but I do acknowledge the slippery slope there. And that's really that's really my take on it right now. Maybe if because I found this out today, so I haven't had a sleep on it yet. But yeah, that's what it is right now. I don't know how you guys feel about it. If you want to boycott the game because of this, I would 100% support that. Because, again, I don't like generative AI. But I feel like there's some mitigating factors here. Hold on, I closed something that I shouldn't have closed, and now I can't find you guys. Where are you? Oh, here you are. There you go. Cristobal, yes, it's just used to make the portraits of people. But yeah, as I said, they might have used source images that they own. So yeah, because I see Poti Deon say generative AI is theft. It is, and that's why I don't like it. But we don't know how they did this, because again, generative AI and ChatGPT are, how do I say this? ChatGPT is generative AI, but not every generative AI is ChatGPT. There is a way to use generative AI without stealing content, and that is by training the AI on your own images. So again, that's best case scenario. That's why I hope is the case. I hope maybe they'll change it. Yeah, I have nothing sensible to add there. I don't know. Like, if you don't like this, I get it. If you want to boycott the game because of it, I get it. If you don't mind it, I get that too. I guess that's my take on it. All right. Oh my god, I did go overtime. Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up here. I don't want to wrap it up on such a downer though. We gotta talk about one more thing. Let me pull out the babies to sort of end it on a positive note at least. Because again, I feel like we shouldn't let it overshadow. Like, I 100% am in the anti-AI corner, but I don't want it to overshadow stuff either. Let me check my list. Was there something in the list? But for some reason, there's fireworks going on. I don't know why. Alright, no, actually, we talked about stuff on the list. Alright, so maybe a question to you guys then. Is there something we haven't talked about that you quickly, like, do you have a theory, a wish, a feeling, an opinion about the game that you just want to get out there for the record, for all eternity to be recorded in this weird Evolution Square stream? Let me know right now. Have I hearted all of my super chats? Let's check that. I don't think I've hearted all of them, because YouTube's being a bit weird. I missed 2. Untamable King, hello again, Evo. W Stream, thank you so much. I can't wait to see what your parks, what parks you come up with in Jurassic World Evolution 2, so we can play in your parks using the new Frontier Workshop. Heck yeah! Hey, thank you so much for the super chat. And Untamable King did another super chat. Yahoo! Thank you so much. And by the way, to everyone for super chatting, you guys have been insanely generous today. And I also want to say we have over 1,600 likes. That's incredible. I'm going to make Ian chuckle 3 more times for you guys, because I really appreciate all of the support. And I hope that you'll tune in for the video tomorrow. And yeah, there's going to be I have so many videos lined up. It's insane. I hope that you're going to be tuning in, checking them out, and sharing your own thoughts, and maybe giving a like, subscribing, all that stuff. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. I see another super chat come in. Ayrton Biko. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know what they've posted. I don't think they should have posted anything yet. I don't know. But I'll check it out. And I'll get back to you folks. Alright. We are gonna wrap it up now. I want to thank the moderators as always, but especially today because it's been a hugely crowded stream. So thank you so much to the whole Blue Nine crew. I want to thank everyone for joining in. I hope that this was an appropriately titled stream and that you got exactly what you came for, which is just getting hyped about this game and enjoying it with fellow park builders. I hope you'll tune in for the content, as I said, and I'm really excited about this evolved era of the Jurassic World Evolution series. Alright, I'm gonna be saying goodbye to you lovely folks. Some of the Green Name members, Green Name Army, Maxeb, Legacy Christie, 1993. We have Sheriff Thijs Berenson, Ray Johnston, James Co. Francesco, Fable, Mal Natalia, Diamond AVD, Rob Earth, thank you so much. Dev Tarbo says goodbye. Rose D72, Matthew, just a couple of the Green Name Army, thank you so much. I'll be saying many more names and then we're gonna be wrapping it up. Baba Yaga, Jarrett Fleming, Art with Caleb, Banana Boy, The Gamer, we have Pillow, Eagles Pro, Total Drama Superfan, Jahomies, oh god, chat jumped. This is a lost cause. I'm just going to start at the bottom. Takata, Angelic Lucy with Cryovenator, Darth Pyrenees, Xenon, Raftman, Soldrift, Drex1985, I'm Agent Bristow, Lifters K8, Tyler Tetrold, Dawson YT, thank you so much. Chat jumped again, god dang it. Let's see, Red Indoraptor, Marconian, Dr. Ocean, Tyrex, Nobles, thank you so much. Zeke, we have Owen Sheeman, Ziege Rodan, 682, David D, Ocelot, 3765, we have Geek, That One, Demo Dog, Jax, or Olorotits, Sans, we have, oh, someone whose name I can't read, I'm sorry about that, Poti Deon, apparently, hold on, apparently there's an exclusive clip, I'm getting a little stressed out, hold on, what? I'm interrupting my saying goodbye. Hold on. I'm navigating to the IGN. I don't see anything, so I'm gonna have to... I'll find that and, yeah. You'll be seeing the content on that. I'm not seeing it on the IGN YouTube channel. Alright. So, with that very weird ending, we're gonna wrap it up. Alright, here we go, folks. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time. Enjoy the hype.